This is the video help for the Equipment Sales and CRM Pro version 12. This application was designed to manage equipment sales and also rental service and other things. For example, it does do booking of all clients, billing, payment, expenses, and employee tracking. So it has quite a few things it does. This app is actually broken into two parts: the main calendar, and then if you click on the main menu will show you the back end of the application, and basically these are the different elements, the main screens and subscreens within the application on the back end of the application. Let's go ahead and go back to the main screen, and what we'll do there is we'll go ahead and the main reason for the calendar on the front end of the application is to provide a itemized transaction of each daily appointment. Now, what are appointments? In that the application has individual calendars that you can have in it. You can have contact callbacks, dispatch of people to do service or sales. You can have installations. You can have another calendar that moves equipment if it needs to be moved, or pick up equipment in another calendar. There's also a rental calendar, a sales calendar where you're showing sales activity and service activity for the service calendar. Now, you're not restricted to these by themselves. If you click under the user link up at the top of the screen, the user link has different users that are actually either can be individuals or they can be calendars. So you can add new calendars if you need to this system. And each time you add a new calendar, what you would do is go ahead and click the plus sign up here at the corner, and it will start you through the dialog where it actually creates users. Now, if you need more information on this part of the calendar, click on the question mark icon up here, which will give you detailed instructions on how to create these calendars or additional users. Let's go back to the calendar. The calendar itself is designed in different parts. There is the navigation at the top where you can navigate back one day, go to the actual day that you're looking at, and then next day. In addition to that, there is a calendar down at the bottom of the screen that will go back 1 month, go back a year, or the same thing going forward. Now, in this particular case, if you click this and leave a check mark in it at the bottom, it will show each day with an underline that has an appointment scheduled within it. So if you click on the calendar itself, it will go to that date up at the top. Now, this is covered in the calendar help over here on this side of the screen. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and cover just a couple more things, and then you will go to the next video on the next screen, which is the appointment, when you add an appointment. And on that screen, what you need to do is you need to click the actual appointment right here or on the end of the row, and what it'll do is it'll take you to that screen where you can click the video to watch and learn how to do adding an appointment. What we're going to do is now cover that if you do add a new appointment, you do use the plus button, and on the different calendars, like the week calendar, there's also a plus sign there where you can create a new appointment if you want to. If you click on the date will take you to that date within the calendar back to the day. Or you can come down to the small calendar and click on the actual date, and it'll change to that date. Or you can go ahead a week or whatever you want to do. You can go back a month and see that week's worth of calendar appointments. And down at the bottom, you can add an individual calendar appointment for the screen for the week by the date that you select. Now, when you use this calendar, what you need to do and keep in mind is the date at the top is the date that you're making the appointment. So when you add a new appointment, for example, on the date calendar, on the day, you want to make sure that that is the corresponding date to the actual appointment. For example, if you're going to do a delivery or you're going to do a sales appointment, you want to have the calendar on the date that you're actually going to do the appointment. You can actually have a date range as well, as you'll see when you actually go into the edit appointment screen, where you can have this actually last over a period of time. In this particular case, there was a contact, and the guy started the contact for sales on the 7th and ended it on the 13th. And there may be a number of different things were happening during that period. The line through the actual item was caused by when you click the completed transaction, and what that does, it takes the appointment and shows a line through it that indicates that it's completed. If you go over to the side over here, these are appointments that expired for one reason or another, and they have additional information that pops up on the screen when you're actually over the top of the information, so you can identify the reason and whatever for the individual appointment. Now, these appointments were back quite a ways. These were back in April, and here we're actually in the month of May. So for some reason, these did not occur when they were supposed to. So what you would do is click here on the actual appointment, and it'll open a screen so you can do the detailed information or change dates or reschedule whatever the appointment was for. Once these are completed on the actual appointment, you would click on here, go to the Edit Appointment screen, and again put a check mark in the completed if they were completed to remove them from this expired appointment list. By rescheduling it, you actually can move it forward to a current date and then come back. Now, how does this work? If you have clients, especially when you're doing sales, they tend to either cancel appointments, miss appointments, or when they do occur, there may be other issues that cause them to bring the appointment forward. So what you would do is, if it's a new appointment where it's going to occur on a completely broken away day, you would add one new appointment for each day that there's a new appointment, and then cover in the Edit Appointment screen in detail what occurred and also what's going to occur on the next appointment if you're adding a new one. The calendar itself does have the ability, like I said, to do weeks, months, and even year appointments. So you can look back, and you can use these buttons up here to navigate back and forth to see occurrences of different things. And the most interesting one is the list view, which would show a complete list of all the appointments that were available or due or past due, and the red ones would show the past dues in this case on the full listing calendar side. Now when you come back, you would just click on the date. Now there is also a search which you can find out through the help that's built into the system that will tell you how to do the search. It will also tell you if you're going to do the multilingual or multi-language area up here, which I recommend that you contact me if you're going to do anything with this particular link. Down at the bottom, there's a profile, which is for the users. There's preferences and a preference screen that will allow you to change the types of information for a contact, icon, and each one of these calendars, for example, if I change to a different screen, you'll see that the icon changes here. For example, this was a schedule visit or a schedule appointment, and this could be on the calendar for any one of these items. For example, if you have a contact, a pickup, a move. In the case of a rental, if there's a delivery, there could be a delivery information. This is for you to discern. Then in addition to this, if you're actually using your individual salespeople, you can create a new user for each salesperson, and they can have their own screen and then track each one of their individual appointment sales activity. So there's quite a bit that can be done on the front end of this application. So it's just a matter of, if you have any questions, you'll always find out that we do not charge for any tech support. You can call, or you can send an email, or you can chat online on the support site. The support site does give a lot of information, and if you need any more assistance, make sure you contact us. There is also a contact us on the support site where you can detail out the information if you want to send a request for assistance. This is the conclusion of this segment of the video.